Hi there, how's it going, everybody? Tim Nash with Scope and Realty here. I am welcome to Lunch with Friends. I'm hanging out today with Kim Hanna with Young Parents Network. And if you don't know anything about Young Parents Network, well, you're going to find out today. So we are hanging out today at this new, you all probably know, if you know Cedar Rapids, you probably know this space, but you probably haven't been to this restaurant before. So we are hanging out at Lindo Vallarta, which is the old Runts Munchies, and it's right on the corner of 5th Avenue and 6th Street, across from the new apartments, right by the post office over here.
Post office is
Post
here.
office and Kathy's Pies.
Pies.
So you can come here and get a great Mexican lunch, and then you can go to Kathy's Pies and pick up some dessert. But obviously a Mexican restaurant, and I'm really excited. I ordered the pozole, which it's a cold, rainy day out, so some soup sounds really good to me. What'd you order?
Flautas.
Flautas.
Yeah. One of the tamales, but flautas are second best.
I hear you. Yep. So, but so if you have some time, it's super cute in here. It's fairly small, nice and cozy. But I'm really excited for my food, and I know it's just gonna be fantastic. So if you get a chance, come down to Lindo Vallarta and grab lunch, grab dinner, and enjoy that. But right now we're going to talk about Young Parents Network. So Kim, what's your title?
Sure. I'm the Director of Advancement. So I do the major fundraising for our organization.
Awesome. Fantastic. Yeah. And can you give us an overview of like Young Parent Network, what their mission is, and kind of what your efforts are right now?
Yeah. So we actually go by YPN now.
YPN.
That's okay. We still say YPN, formerly known as, because most people just know it as Young Parents Network.
Right.
We did make the switch because the work that we're doing now is focused on more your first child instead of being a young parent, because as Cedar Rapids has evolved and the families that are coming to Cedar Rapids have really expanded in the last few years, we're seeing a lot of families who are having their first child in the States or in Iowa, and it's a very different experience than maybe where they're coming from.
Right.
Go ahead.
You're
fine.
Good. We're just chatting.
So we're, instead of the focus on moms 13 to 27, which was the initial focus, the age of the mom was 13 to 27. We're really focused on the age of the child between prenatal through 5.
Gotcha.
So a mom might be coming here from Afghanistan and is older than 27, but is experiencing parenting in a completely different culture than they grew up, than they're used to. So that's why we expanded and changed our name a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. That actually makes a lot of sense, because you don't want people to feel like, oh, I'm not young, so I'm excluded from this.
Well, and I think a lot of people, you'll probably agree, babies don't come with manuals, and so we are open to anyone. You do not have to be a certain socioeconomic background. You don't have to be a certain culture to come utilize our programming. Any parent is welcome.
Yes.
But we really focus on those families that are working to make generational change. They do not want to parent in the same way that they were parenting. And so we give them the tools and the education and the opportunities that they need to make the best parenting choices that they can for the success of their child. And also we're often a first line of connection for families whose children need other resources. And we are able to identify some of those needs and connect them with the resources that the child needs to be ready to be successful when they are as they age.
And in saying that, I believe you YPN collaborates with multiple nonprofits throughout the Cedar Rapids.
I don't think any nonprofit can work in a silo, no matter what they do, but we definitely partner with many different nonprofits here in town, not only just in Cedar Rapids, but in Linn County and statewide, to make sure that our families are connected with what they need. That includes Grantwood AEA, that includes Waypoint, that includes Tanager, that includes Catherine McCauley Center. All of those, a lot of us work with the same families, and so we want to make sure that we're connecting them with everything they need, as well as giving them the support and education that we provide.
I love it.
Yeah,
that's fantastic. Is Youthport still a thing?
Youthport is still a thing.
Okay.
So Youthport is YPN, the Boys and Girls Club of the Corridor, and Tanager. And so a lot of the families start with us and then go all the way up through. So they start with us when their kids go into school. We connect them with the Boys and Girls Club, and then Tanager is also there to help with any needs.
Is there a moment where it kind of feels like it's like, sounds bad, but almost like a kick them out of the nest
like
moment?
A handoff?
Yeah, like you're like, oh man, you've done such a great job, but now it's time for you to.
So For sure, our main programming ends when the child goes into kindergarten.
Yeah.
So that's the
mentioned the
official
age,
handoff,
yeah.
and we do a big summer picnic, and we have a graduation ceremony for the kids.
Oh,
It's
that's
really
awesome.
really cool. Oh my gosh, that looks amazing. Not all of our families stay in the programming from prenatal all the way to 5. Some stay while their kids are little, and then they're like, we think we've got this, and maybe they come back and maybe they don't. But we definitely encourage them to keep using our programming, because we do have programming for families with children up to 18 as well. It's a much shorter time period. Like it's kind of like parent support groups almost, and we have them in like 6-8 week sessions. Anyone with kids up to 18 can utilize those, because kids don't get easier or cheaper when they go into school.
It just kind of changes.
The issues change,
it's
the
different,
needs
but
change, but our focus is really on that 0 to 5, because so much brain development happens in the first 3 years. 80% of a child's brain is developed by the time they're 3. So we really work with those families to make sure that they have the tools they need to make sure that that child is getting the brain development they need. And then we also, and I think this is important, all of our programming is voluntary. So none of our parents are court ordered to come to programming or anything like that. They want to be there. They want to be utilizing the services that we provide, utilizing the We Care shop, utilizing the diaper bank, all of the things that we have available for them. They want to be there, and they're doing the hard work. We're just there to give them the tools.
Some of your programs. So I know you guys got the toy drive happening right now. Can you tell us a little bit about that? And what people can do?
We have every November we hold a toy drive with brand new toys that people can donate. We have an Amazon wish list that you can order right off the wish list, and then it gets mailed to it. Oh wow, that looks amazing!
Oh gosh, thank you so much.
We have that. I think we're good. Thank you so much. We have that list, or you can buy new toys and bring them into the office, or we have a lot of businesses that hold drives internally and then donate them. But those are brand new toys that then the families come in and shop for their children. There's no money involved, obviously. But we don't, like a lot of organizations do angel trees, which are amazing. But we want to give the parents the opportunity to shop for their own toys.
Yeah.
So we basically set up our conference room with toys in the different ages, and then the families come in and pick out 1 or 2 toys for each of the children in our programming, and then we have volunteers that are there to wrap the presents. We call it a holiday toy drive, but it doesn't have to. You don't have to have a holiday that you're celebrating to come in and get the toys, because we have families that come from all different backgrounds. But it is the one time a year that you come in and you shop for toys, and it's really really fun.
That's really cool. I mean, I like the nuance of it based on some other programs that you hear about.
Yep.
So you got the toy drive, and then you also have the shop, which actually I think I can see.
You can see
from this
here.
Corner here.
Yep. Yeah. So the We Care shop is a really cool opportunity for our families to again shop for the things that they need. We provide incentive points for healthy behaviors for our families. So if they come to group night, they get points. If they're in our home visitation program and they meet with their parent educator regularly, they get points. If they go to well child checkups, they get points. If they read to their children, they get points. If they there are all these different healthy behaviors that they get points for, and then they come in and they use those points to shop for things in the We Care shop. Again, no money. It's all points. And everything in the We Care shop has been donated by the community, which is also incredible. So we have, and this is all for children, again, prenatal through 5. So we have clothes, we have toys, we have books, we have things that you would need for baby, including furniture. The only things we really don't accept as donations are cribs, because they get recalled all the time. Car seats, because we don't know if it's been in an accident, and if it has been in an accident, then it can't be used again. And then stuffed animals, because we wash everything that comes in, and stuffed animals can be washed 50 times and stuff still lives in them. So we love brand new stuffed animals, but we say no thank you to use.
I've tried to do the car seats, and it's like, sorry, Tim.
I know,
no, but,
and which is hard, because car seats are expensive and everybody needs them.
Exactly.
But we just don't know what they've experienced, 100%. And we want to trust that they're only they haven't been damaged, but we
Mhm.
don't know that, so we
Yeah.
just have a strict policy on that.
Yeah, and so that's something for y'all to think about if you're ever if you have that stuff and you're like, oh, I got to make a Goodwill run, I got to run some Goodwill. Think about stopping off at the shop, because now you know how that works and how that might be a better option. I mean, obviously, there's some things that they aren't going to take, and take that stuff to Goodwill, yes, by all means. But yeah, there's.
I don't think
stuff.
Goodwill takes that stuff either. That might just have to be
they
like
don't.
fire
No.
kindling.
I think when my son grew out of his first, gosh, what was it? It was like a crib or something. I went all over town trying, because I just felt like it was something of value.
Yeah.
And I was like, you can't just like throw this away. But anyway.
We do take pack and place though.
Yes.
So,
okay.
That's
good to know. That's good to know.
Yep.
Okay, so last thing I kind of want to talk about is you have weekly programs for your parents. So let's just talk about, and the thing I was looking at it looks like you have a lot of stuff going on Thursdays. And it looks like also like maybe there's a couple different programs depending on who the parent is. Yep. So
our flagship program is our Building Bright Futures program, which is Thursday night classes at Kirkwood.
Okay.
So we've moved different locations throughout the years. So we're getting ready to celebrate our 40th year of existence.
Wow.
And Building Bright Futures is our longest running program. And as we've gotten bigger and bigger, we've had to move it to different places because we run out of room.
Yeah.
Because one of the big things about Building Bright Futures is we provide childcare. You bring your child with you, but then you put them in childcare while you are in the class.
Nice.
We provide free childcare, free dinner, and free transportation because we want to remove any barrier that the parent would have to coming to class.
That's fantastic.
And we do it at Kirkwood. A, because there's space for us there, and B, because we want to show that Kirkwood is not scary. Like if you wanted to go and get an associate's degree or start working toward a 4-year degree, you can see how easy it is to get to Kirkwood and how navigable it is. We're in Cedar Hall, but you drive by all of Kirkwood to get there. And so that's really important to us too, to show like it's not scary, it's totally doable. You can be here and see how easy it is to get here. But we utilize 35 volunteers every Thursday night for the childcare and for some of our facilitators, because we offer classes for the different age of the children and then the different languages spoken. So on a Thursday night, you'll hear at least 6 languages.
I was just going to ask you, how many languages are you working with?
Cedar Hall. So we have our English-speaking classes are prenatal and newborn. That's one class. Toddler, and then preschool moms. And then we have a dad's group that is in English, that is just dads of kids of all ages. We have Spanish, prenatal, newborn, toddler is one class, and preschool is one class. We've actually added a class because our Latina moms group has gotten so big.
Sure.
Which is awesome. And then we have an African moms group, which is all ages, and we have French, Swahili, Lingala, and Arabic spoken in the same classroom during that class.
Oh my gosh.
We have it's a little chaotic, but it works.
Yeah.
And then we have
our
Afghan moms group, which is in Pashto and Dari.
Wow.
So
oh my gosh.
We have usually about 120 every week at Building Bright Futures.
That's great.
And then we also have a parenting education program where our staff, we have 6 parent educators. Sorry, my cold is getting to me.
You're okay. You're doing great.
That go into the home. Excuse me. And work with families. I'm so sorry.
You're good. You're good.
Twice a month. And those families, either the Thursday night doesn't work, or they speak a language that we can't do on Thursday night.
Ah, gotcha.
And we use translation service.
This has happened to me before too.
I'm so sorry.
No, you're okay. That's great. So let's maybe wrap up with, one, if you're watching and you feel like you might want to take advantage of these services, it's 100% available. I kind of was like confused at the change from Young Parents Network to YPN, because I'm like, it still stands for YPN, but I like you gave me a very good reason as to why it's like, I mean, I don't. So I'm 45 and my son's 8. So if I can do my math, I was 37, and I wouldn't, and if I needed the resource, I wouldn't have wanted to be like, oh, I'm not a young parent, so I don't not include. So So you can definitely utilize the resources. Also, if you're looking for volunteers, if people want to get involved,
Yep.
I'm assuming just go to the website.
Yep. So www.ypniowa.org. You can sign up to the initial interview for volunteering. You can find out information on how to utilize our programming. You can also find out information on the Eastern Iowa Diaper Bank, which we also operate.
I love it. I'm gonna let you stop talking now. So check out YPN. Very active on Facebook. Go to the website. If you want to get involved, sounds super easy. If you want to use them as a resource, also sounds like that's very accessible as well. Check out me, Lindo Vallarta. Again, we're down here on 5th Avenue and 6th Street, and I'm really excited to dig into this. This looks awesome. Thank you so much for sticking with us and watching Lunch with Friends. If you liked the video, like and subscribe. I got a whole list of them. I got like 3 years worth of these things, so check them out. All right, I'm Tim Nash, Skoden Realty. I'm with Kim Hanna with YPN. We'll see y'all later.
Thank you.